women were not only part of this revolution, in many ways they were the ones who started it, because the movement of the mothers and wives and sisters of the detainees of Buslin were the ones who started the first demonstrations that eventually led to the revolution. So we owe it to women that the revolution happened in the first place. And when it started, women were there from the beginning in all the demonstrations, in even some of the fighting, and in supporting the revolution. At least I know in my own case, it was my mother, my sisters, and my wife and my daughter who gave me the courage and made me brave. I remember my sister. This is the hardest thing on going out and talking on radio and television and talking about what happened in Benghazi, was that my family was still inside. And as we went along, and I was working along with the executive team and working with the council, my nephews remained in Libya. And my sister called me. She was in Jordan at the time, and she said, "Look, I know you're worried about my sons, but if they slaughter them like sheep, do not back off, and I will never forgive you if you back off on the count of my kids." You know, and it's that was for me very important in keeping the stand. I would have backed off if she didn't do that. And with my wife, like when I went to Benghazi, she understood that I may not come back, and she still encouraged me, and she said, if you don't go, then I don't think I can live with you. So it's so what I'm trying to say is a lot of the so-called heroism of these great heroes of this revolution was actually due to the women, and it's very important to remember this. Now, it is a major disappointment for me that the National Transitional Council doesn't have enough women in its ranks, and the government doesn't have enough women in its ranks. It's a major failure. I myself argued against this all along. When we gathered the local councils in Abu Dhabi and Doha and then in Benghazi, I made sure that the spokesperson for the entire team was a woman, Dr. Fawzia Barioun, and I believe that there is a failure there. I think the elections will change this. Women are incredibly active. They're forming societies and NGOs and so on, and I think they will succeed. And not, I don't think it's an issue of being given authority. They will take it, and with nobody doing them any favors. I think it's and they have every right to do so, and I think they will succeed.